Hey guys, my name is Fulton Garcia, and for Panther Hacks, my team and I created a tool called CovidSync. The tool is a platform that allows the users of our community to be able to be more informed about the current situation happening around the country. It has multiple built-in tools to help people in different situations. We tried to make the tool as accessible as possible in hopes that it will actually be uh, used by the members of our community and able to help them out during such a tough time. So I want to go over just a couple of slides um, to give some background information on the platform and the team. And after that, we'll jump into a demo of the actual application. So this is the team. It's me, Arturo, and Bruce, both of who are first-time hackers. So this is their first hackathon, and it's been a blast to work with them. Um, as you can see from this right here, this is actually how we actually ended up working together as a team. And so just to give you a little bit of background on the application, CovidSync is meant to be a bundle of tools. It's supposed to be a platform. We try to make it, like I said before, as accessible as possible. We want as many people to be able to use it. Not only accessible in a way for people with disabilities to be able to access it, even though that was one of our focuses, we did try to keep up with a lot of the alley guidelines to be able to make everything usable through screen readers or through keyboard. Um, but we also wanted to focus on underrepresented communities, especially looking at a city like Miami. We have a lot of people that come from different backgrounds that may not speak the language or may not have the level of education that others have. So we really wanted to make this platform as simple and as usable as possible to target that demographic. We don't want to be another platform that has overcomplicated data or is targeted at big companies. We want to target our local community. We want to target small businesses and just regular users wanting to be more informed. Um, so we have a couple of different pieces to the platform. One of them would be the analytics portion. In this portion, what we did was we aggregated a lot of different COVID data. We used a lot of open source APIs. We aggregated that, and then we were able to try to make the visualizations as simple to understand as possible, but still get the point across about the different how it's affecting the country, the how the number of cases has gone up, and eventually we wanted to actually be able to implement even more visualizations, but due to the constraint of time and everything else, we chose to go with the most simple data aggregation that we could. Um, Another part of it is also we were able to gain in the information to be able to create a tool that allows people to find the nearest testing center to them. We wanted to, once again, anybody that has any fear of that they have come into contact with the virus to be able to be able to get tested early and hopefully be able to help them out in that way. We also do have a couple FAQs within the website with very useful information about COVID, um, as well as we actually added in a tool for jobs. So we wanted to make it simple for small businesses that can't afford to close or have to or don't have the capacity, they don't have the manpower to really deal with the huge platforms like Indeed or AngelList or any LinkedIn, any of those, to really be able to get out there, because there's a lot of people that are out of work, and it's just not feasible for them to be able to be out of work for so long. So the technology that we use within our application, we tried to really leverage as many tools as we could because we wanted to get this as much of this done as possible. Obviously, at a hackathon, you have a very limited amount of time. So we actually were able to leverage a lot of the tools from Google Cloud. We use the Google Cloud Translate API, on our website to make it more accessible to underrepresented minorities. That way that they are able to consume the same content that everybody else is, even if they speak another language. We use Firestore for our database. This hosted instance of a database allowed us to pick up development a lot faster and allowed for us to not have to worry too much about keeping the infrastructure of a database. Using Google's servers, we were able to connect our applications and develop a lot quicker. For our front end, we used React.js, and there was a mixture of Bootstrap as a library as well as style components as a CSS and JS library, and the backend was handled all with Node.js and Express.js. The authentication was all handled with just on web tokens, and everything else was kind of hand rolled out. Just because, like I said, some of my team members were first time hackers, and this really was a great learning experience for all of us to work together. So we also wanted to leverage that. So with that said, I'm going to go in and start kind of explaining what our platform is. So this is CovidSync. This is the first thing that anybody sees whenever they open up the page. So as you can see right here, we have 4 different sections within our platform. We have the ability to find local jobs and local gigs. We're talking whether it's short-term contract, full-time, or anything that just to make it easier for people to go ahead and check things out. We have the statistics, the testing centers, and the FAQ. So we're going to start off with the statistics. So what we were able to compile was some of the data to compare the worldwide cases of COVID-19 as well to the United States. And we really wanted to be able to make this as simple to read for the users. So there's super easy to read data. You're able to filter the data by state. So obviously, one of the first states that got hit was New York. As you can see, the total cases is abnormally high compared to any of the other states. So all this information being available within your fingertips, coming in from reliable sources and being updated in real time is really, really useful for people. There's a lot of data visualization going on around COVID-19, but we found that it normally was it was pretty robust, and it was very complicated for people to get the information that they needed, so we tried to simplify it as much as possible for the common user. Same thing, to quickly be able to find the testing center near you, you can go ahead and do just put in your zip code, and it will automatically filter and tell you where the closest place is to you. As you can see right here, the South State Government Center would be the one that's closest to me. And if I feel like I need to go get myself checked out, I can easily go ahead and visit, call, and get that information now. The next part of it is the gigs. We have some sample gigs right here, and what we wanted to do really was make it accessible. As you can see, there's not a whole lot of data, and it's actually very, very simple to apply as well as create a new posting. So one of the first things that I want to do is really show how we want to make it accessible for people. So the whole application is meant to be localized. So we actually have a drop down of multiple languages that we're able to translate. The easiest one for us, obviously leveraging the power of Google Translate, is going to be Spanish for us to just like read. So as you can see, we were able to translate the content of the actual posts so that anybody can read. We also wanted to allow filtering of these posts. So for example, I work as an engineer, so you can filter through the titles. You can also filter through the required languages, which I feel is very useful here in Miami. So if I want some place that requires Spanish, I can do that. If I just need English, I can do that. And also, it's very, very simple to apply. So currently, this is the job posting. I'm not signed in, and I'm actually going to go through the sign up flow that we have. But if you're not signed in, it's going to tell you that you need to sign in to be able to apply. So if we go ahead and click login, we don't have an account, so we're going to sign up. So my account is going to be Panther Hacks 2020. Anything that I want for the password. The passwords are obviously hashed and not saved to plain text in the database. So I'm going to be an individual person that's looking for a job. So we can go ahead and we sign up. And once we sign up, it's going to redirect us to the login page so that we're able to go right back in. So we go Panther Hacks 2020 and then our password. And once we sign in, it's going to redirect us to the home page, but it's all automatically going to have us signed in. So if we go back to the gigs and let's say I want to be a corporate sales engineer for Google, I can go ahead and click apply. It takes me back, and this time we can do an easy apply. And what this does is it automatically just sends your information to the company. It's not going to require asking you for a whole lot more because we want to make this accessible. As you can see, we try to use minimal data to be able to use our application. So if we go through it on the company side, let's log out quickly. Let's go back and let's sign up as a company this time. So sign up as Florida International University. Our password, company, and it's gonna ask you for the company name. Obviously, I'm just gonna reuse the same thing as the username. Don't do this. And then it asks for the company logo URL. I don't have one right now, and it's not required, so we're just gonna bypass that, and we're gonna sign in again. I already have that saved, and then the password. So now that we're logged in as a company, it's very, very simple for us to create a gig posting. It's a very simple form. It only asks for the title, the location, the job description, the employment type, the length, and the required language. So let's say we're looking for just a janitor in, well, FIU. We want to do Miami, obviously, or Kendall, because we want to do the Kendall campus. The description, obviously you would take this from a specific job posting, but we're just going to say janitor needed for short-term contract. The employment type is going to be temporary. Job length, let's say it's 4 months. And we can have multiple required languages. We can do English, Spanish, and if you need somebody that, I don't know, knows Afrikaans, we can go ahead and remove whatever else we need. We just need English and Spanish for this one. We create the post and we get taken back. Obviously, because we don't have our image, that's not showing. But it was automatically added, and if somebody else was to come in, they can go ahead and quickly apply. Since we're a company, we only see the actual posting, but we don't get the option to apply. So if I go back to our Panther Hacks 2020 account, go back to the gigs, then we're able to apply. And as simple as that. We don't have right now the UI to be able to see who has applied, but we do have this in the database. So if we find the job, this is the job. Okay, so if we see the job, we look at the applicants, we have Panther Hacks 2020, and it's going to have the relevant information that we need for it to be able to, go ahead with the information. But like I said, for it being a hackathon, we really wanted to keep it as lightweight as possible. There's really, really good information on the website, just FAQs and stuff like that. And we feel like with more time, we can do a lot more analysis and a lot more implementations to the application to really make this usable for us here in Miami. And that's what we have for our application, and I hope you guys liked it.